know, when you see an assault rifle these days, the majority of the ones that you see have some sort of holographic sight on top of it. So we thought we'd take this week to go into a little more detail on options that are available for holographic and red dot scopes for airsoft. The least expensive option when it comes to airsoft sights are your basic plastic red dot sights. These come in both an open and a closed tubular design. It's important to mention that when you're shopping for a scope for your gun, that you're getting one that has an adjustable windage and elevation. There are some cheaper ones out there that just sort of give you a fixed point of aim, but it may not necessarily be aligned with where the center of aim on the gun is. These allow you to change the windage and the elevation of the gun, so where you're aiming is where the bullet is going to go and not just some random point in space. Both of these go for under $20. Both are a good buy, provided that you're not beating the crap out of it. These will work on any airsoft gun. I just wouldn't recommend putting them on a real gun that has any kind of recoil. But so long as you're using these on an airsoft gun, they're a great option, and it'll cost you under 20 bucks. The next option for airsoft sights are the mid-level or mid-priced airsoft sights, like the red dot sight I've got right here. These are generally in the $30 to $40 price range and are mostly made out of plastic, although they do give you a higher level of manufacturing quality than the cheapest ones do. These are also adjustable for windage and elevation, but what they add is more levels of adjustment for the brightness between light and dark, where, say, the cheaper ones will generally give you 2 levels of brightness. These will give you 10 levels of brightness, so you have more of a range of flexibility between your light and dark conditions. Both are very good quality, although I would not use them on actual firearms, but these will work just fine on an airsoft gun. The next level of sights that are available for airsoft guns are the full metal red dot and holographic sights. These are designed to be used on any kind of firearm, whether it's a shotgun, a hunting rifle, or an airsoft gun for that matter. They'll handle a lot more abuse than the cheaper plastic ones. We carry the line by UTG, generally falls in the $60 to $100 price range, and gives you very high quality. We've tried some cheaper ones that are out there, and they just really didn't stand up to the same kind of level of quality that we've seen from UTG. In fact, we've been selling these for about 2 years now, and we haven't had a single one of them come back yet. Now, what these sights gives you goes way beyond what you get with your typical mid-priced and plastic rifle scopes. Of course, it gives you the adjustable windage and elevation, and it gives you the adjustable levels of brightness for the reticle, but in addition to that, it also gives you a changeable color between red and green. So depending on your lighting conditions and time of day, you're able to bring out the contrast of your aim point a little bit better and hit your target. Now, it also has dust covers, which are available as a standard option on all of them, as well as quick release mounts that will mount onto any standard Picatinny rail. Now, the nice thing about the higher end scopes is that they're designed for specific applications versus the cheaper plastic ones, which might be a generic rifle or shotgun sight. These are designed for specific guns. In this case here, we have a Microdot sight, which is designed specifically for a pistol. Obviously, you wouldn't want to try to mount a rifle sight on a pistol because it would just make it too big and ungainly. Another example of a purpose-built rifle scope is the high-rise or cantilever mount. These are designed to actually line up with your sights on your gun so that your iron sights and your optics are all lined up together. This is called co-witnessing. The advantage of this is that as you're looking through your sights, if something happens to your optics and you lose power on it, you're going to be able to still stay on your target without having to change your point of aim. Another kind of sight that's available for airsoft guns are the telescopic sights. Now, I'm a little on the fence as to whether or not these are actually applicable for airsoft. Since your maximum range is, 50 to 100 yards, you could probably throw a rock that far, so the odds that you're going to need a telescope to see your target is pretty much diminished in my opinion. But they look really cool on airsoft guns, and they give you a choice of reticles so you can actually change from red to green crosshairs depending on your lighting conditions. Now, the last level of scopes that we have for airsoft guns are the full mil-spec quality sights. Like this is the ACOG. We also have the EOTech and the Aimpoint. Generally go between $200 and $1,000, depending on whether it's a Chinese knockoff or an actual authentic rifle scope. Now, to spend that much money on a sight for an airsoft gun, I think is a little nutty. If you're a police officer and you're using this as a training tool, then it's probably a good idea. But if you're like a 16-year-old kid and you're putting something like this on your gun, I think you're nuts. But if you want to buy them, we got them in stock. So the next time you're shopping for an airsoft scope, just keep in mind what is the application you're going to be using it for, what kind of gun are you going to be putting it on, and of course what is your budget for buying this thing. We also have the different mounts that are available for mounting it on your gun if your gun does not actually have the mounts on it. And the best bet is just bring it on down here to Replay Sports. We'll take some time to actually sit down with you and your gun and get you the best sight for your situation. So until next time, we'll see you again.
Whoa. That's like really powerful.